Okie dokie, hokey pokey. Let's go. Thank you all for joining me. It is 9:26 a.m. on a lovely Sunday morning. Got my cup of tea. Spilled it on my blanket already. But we're here. Oh goodness, there we are. We're here. We're ready to go. We're living life. And we're up to day 13 of the fight series. So, just moving my camera. Alright, so we're just gonna crack straight into it. No introductions needed. So we've got 10,453 left to go. We're definitely gonna get to below 10,400 today. Which is exciting. I did some calculations last night, and we're about 6.5% of the way through this whole thing. Almost done 1,000 fights. So it's going to be, it might actually even be more than 6%. I know that there was some, I think there was some fights that I haven't actually put into the big spreadsheet yet. So it might even be something like 7%. But we're almost there anyway. I say we're almost there. 6 or 7% further than we were at the start, which is what matters. It's just gonna be a great day. And while I've got the ultimates playing, I've got to update my sheet of the fights that I've got to do. I've got like a spreadsheet I can see here of like all the fights that I have to do, but then I have to put them in here so I can just like start crossing them off. And then also because I write down after those 2 fights are done, what's the fight remaining number gonna be? So I use this piece of paper to keep track of all that. So I've got to translate what's on my spreadsheet onto my piece of paper. It is done. Oh, actually, now that I think about it, I could just put that on my spreadsheet, couldn't I? And then just make sure I just keep track of where I am on the spreadsheet. That would actually save me a lot of money. I should probably do that, to be honest. But then again, I've never actually been the most known for doing things the easiest possible way. So I'll have to do that thing on the next one, just because every time I click on my spreadsheet, it freezes the game. I can't seem to get it. So when I'm doing Steam games, I cannot for the life of me seem to get it. It doesn't freeze the game when I click off of that particular window. It's annoying, but it's alright. At least we're still here, we're still alive. Who would win in the fight between the Akamichi Choji and comics version of Miss Marvel, where she's a Mr. Fantastic at least? Ish. go. The other thing that I need to be right. Decided that every time I unlock a new DLC, carry the character or costume, I'm gonna write down what the fight was that I was doing it on, like who I was playing as, who I was facing against, what rank I got. And if it seems to be, if after like the next like 5 of them or something, if there seems to be a theme, like a common occurrence, whether it's like it's always when I get like a C rank, or it's always this character, it's always when I'm playing as this character, which I don't think because I'm pretty sure I've gotten it on just random fights. Then at least maybe I could then see if I could devise a way to either like speed up the process or either speed up the process or not be surprised what happens again. Right, there's 2 down. Right. So in this show, do they get like eliminated or something?
No, but they go home.
Yeah.
One person goes home, they get a plot.
Mhm. Oh wow.
Each time someone says they go home,
Yeah.
that drops down 1
Oh jeez. Okay, and they can like duck out at any time. Right. So every time someone goes home, it's down. So then what happens if at the end everyone's there? Like everyone's still there? Oh right, like the best sport or something sort of thing, right? For those curious, the novel we're watching a show. What's it called? Oh, Snowflake Mountain, that's it. And it's where they get a whole bunch of like low mid 20 somethings to go out into the wilderness with these like 2 ex-army peeps, and they just have to like do like normal survival stuff. Did you say it's normal survival stuff, or like hardcore basic camping? Put up a tent, and it's like no, I can't do it. Huh? Kill an animal. Well, that I would struggle with. Huh? Oh, skin an animal, sorry. Oh, okay. Right. Yeah, so basic camping things. And then they, like, at the end, if whoever wins, whether it's chosen by the people running it or they're just like literally the last one to survive, they win $50,000. But if someone says like, oh, I want to go home, or I can't do this, or whatever, then the prize money drops by 5,000. Yeah. So it would suck if you were like, you were just surrounded by weaklings, and you get to the end and they're like, so anyway, so you get no money because everyone left and 10 people were like, there was like one guy who just whinged every time. He never actually left, but he kept saying he wanted to. You would feel like so ripped off by... Yeah, true, you'd have bragging rights, I guess. Or, no, I'm sure the producers would be like, right, you get something, you have to get like something. Unless they got all these people to sign a contract that they didn't read the fine print on, and it's like, if you don't get any prize money, then that's it, soz about it. And they're like, oh, where's my prize money? It's like, oh, well, you signed this thing, that's it.
But she's only got like low
Yeah.
So she's forever cold.
Oh, really? Alright, next is Kakuzumi and Itakata. Yes, that's it. Oh my goodness. Cover up, lady. I'm so happy I could twerk. Oh. Get off TV. Yeah, then you go outside to pick up their Amazon delivery, their makeup delivery box from the litter box. Even just the like the average New Zealand kid would be like, yo, you just need to like grow up.
Yeah.
But if you think about it, like if like my people like in England, because they don't have the beach like we do, and like some people who live in like the innermost states of America, there's no such thing as like I'll just go in down like 20-minute drive down to the beach. Like that, it's like a 5-hour trip just to go to the beach. Yeah. Whereas like for us, it's just like, oh yeah, just, you know, well, as long as you happen to be like in a coastal city or town, you know, it's like, oh yeah, just 5 minutes down the road to a beach. It's all good. I do that on the daily. And then because then you've got like your island nations who are just like, we literally live like on the beach, and like we couldn't imagine life without it.
Yeah.
Who's that playing these cards?
Like people
Mm.
Oh
Oh yeah. Yeah, but they live, obviously if their family can live there, they can, or like live, probably not south, but like say like either in like the west or north sort of thing. Yeah. It's like gizzy kids be like, yo, this is easy. Yeah. 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 Yeah, and then even just like just driving anywhere out of thingy, you just drive past farmlands. It's just like a normal sight. Fear by who would win? Utakata, or if SpongeBob suddenly gained serial killer tendencies? Could SpongeBob's bubbles win against this guy's bubbles? Possibly. Most likely. Okay, next is Naruto the Last Times facing himself. Oh, beans. I should probably have picked something related to one. That's okay. I really need to go and get the houses dyed because there's an awful colour inside. It's like an off-brand plastic banana. That's what that is. Yeah, I'm just thinking just plastic fruit when I've seen those trousers.
緒にいるって決めたんだ。こんなところで終われるかよ。
Might actually just move this over here. There we go. That's a bit better. Okay, next one after this is Sai and Hinata. Sai and... actually no, that's Sai and also Hinata. Oh. Have I finished this? Gotta get a refill of it. Thank you. Oh, that's right, I can charge his one up, can't I? Alright. What? There we go. Thank you for staying there.
兄さん、僕にもつながりの意味が分かってきたよ。
Huh, you're amazingly untalented. I don't mean you. And who's inside? Guess I can do mine. Beans. Take that. And then take that. And then take that. Ick. Phew. Come on. Stop. Stop. Come on. Oh, screw it. Screw it. I don't care. I'd rather win than not. Oh, she's a bit scratched up there. Oh goodness. Right, next is Guy and Young Tente. Oh, it's not technically a law fight, but they are sensei and student. Oh, still, so I was thinking, like, because you know, we're thinking about why each sensei, or why each team of people has been paired up together, and I suppose you could also think, like, why would they be paired up with their particular sensei either? And so, like, so Kakashi obviously has connection, although with Sakura I can't remember why he would be with Sakura. But anyway, but then I was thinking, but then with Guy, well, like, Lee obviously makes sense why they're paired up together. But if you think about what Team Guy had, Team 9, are they Team Guy? They're all non-ninjutsu people, like all of them, and they've all, so he would be able to teach them, like, to use like, taijutsu and all of that stuff to the absolute max, more than any other sensei would, if you think about it. And I'm just thinking with Kurenai, why she would be with the others. She's probably like, Hinata needs someone softer, so Hinata doesn't explode. And then, because Kurenai is, her whole thing is genjutsu, which I suppose when you're dealing with like a team that would specialise in sort of scouting surveillance kind of things, it kind of makes sense for her, with her expertise of genjutsu. I wonder if like she trains them using genjutsu, like, I'm going to use genjutsu, see if you can still like detect where I is, to then help them with their surveillance scouting things. That would be cool. Probably like a lot of strategic thought gone into like the makeup of all the teams, which sensei they have. Puppies. That chick there. Is she English or no? New York City. Oh, so all the guys are trying to chat her up or something. Oh Jesus. Strong, independent, stands up for what she believes in. That's what I say in front of the cameras. When I'm just talking with the lads in the tent, I'm like, damn, she hot. But then again, these aren't teenagers, actually. You have to remember that they're not teenagers, so probably is at that stage of his life where he would hopefully start seeing chicks in a different sort of way. do you mean?
これで終わりだ
It's what normal people experience with romance.
なおも高みを目指すそれがヒューガの宿命
Alright.
ヒューガの前にて
And probably those army guys are just sitting there just going like, what is going on? Wait, why am I playing as Nietzsche? Uh-huh. Oh, I see, right? Yeah. Oh, the chick down with the mic. Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's her. So updates on the Snowflake Mountain. So we've got, because they're all young, single, and ready to mingle. There's a chick there called someone, Devon, who all the guys are like thirsty as all hell for, and then one of them, Randy, because he's plucked up the courage to ask, to say, hey Devon, you're, as they say, quote, you're, as they say, the hottest bitch in here, unquote. And she's just like, okay. And then like cuts to like the confessional room sort of thing, and she's like, I don't want it, like it's hard to hit, like I don't want to hurt his feelings too much, but he's just cute, but I'm just not into him like that. I want myself a bad boy. It's probably most likely. But yeah, so, and it's just so cringe. It's just like, guys, you're trying to like survive in the wilderness. I think trying to pick up chicks is the last thing on your mind that should be on your mind right now. Who's ever used a compass before? Everyone's like, what's that? It shows you where north and south is. What are those? Is it north like the west one or the left one? Something like that. That's my sound effects. Because you're one of my bestest friends. You good? What? Oh, now they're having to cross a bridge via a log and they're failing hard. I should be at bottomless brunch, not climbing hills. You should be at a bottomless brunch full stop, mate. Who the bloody hell has alcohol for lunch? Well, not alcohol for lunch, but alcohol supplied with their lunch. Bottomless brunch is like a kind of head, I think, my very I've never been to one. I've just heard my mates talk about it at uni. But it's like imagine like you go to like a cafe or something and with all your girlfriends, and then you have like brunch, but then you just like supplied alcohol. Like it's like alcohol supplied with it, I think. So basically it's for like chicks who love drinking wine with my pancakes. Yeah. I might actually Google that. Just double check I've actually got that right. So I don't want to be supplying incorrect information. Right, here we are. Right. Oh, also, fun fact to everyone out there, if you Google actor with wonky nose, like I did last night when I was trying to find an actor, I didn't end up finding who it is. But if you Google actor with wonky nose, it's literally just article after article, picture after picture of Owen Wilson. Like, it's just gonna assume that that's who you are after. And I just think that that's fantastic. Because it wasn't even Owen Wilson I was trying to look for. But that's all I got. Oh, and then someone made an IMDb list of actors with weird noses. And it's like, half of them aren't even people with weird noses. I was like... Yeah. Yeah, the nose has a slight variation to the quote-unquote norm. It's like this, it's like the thing is that there's no such thing as a normal nose. It's like what do you define as normal? It's like what's normal here? What's a normal line? See, it's a for that sort of stuff you can't say something's normal or not. Right, what's bottomless brunch mean? Simply put, a bottomless brunch is a late morning or early afternoon brunch where for a set price you can enjoy a number of courses as well as unlimited alcohol. You will usually have about 2 hours to feast upon your brunch food and indulge in any number of cocktails, beer or wine. So long story short, everyone gets absolutely blasted by the end of it, and it's just a shit time for all around. Whereas, when I was at uni, while my friends were doing their bottomless brunches, or people I went to school with were doing their bottomless brunches, and going out clubbing and doing the stuff that people who now are free from their parents do. What was I doing? I had the best Saturday nights. So picture that. Okay, if you do this, guaranteed you'll have the best Saturday night of your life. So you settle down. You grab your gaming console of choice. Mine at the time was either an Xbox 360, because that was, well, depending on the year, it was either an Xbox 360, mostly playing Minecraft, or just trying to get to my backlog of games. Or when I did, then during one of the inter-uni breaks, I did get to keep my PS4. I think I got it. I got it. Got the PS4 Final Fantasy 15 edition. So like my PS4's got like the whole like Final Fantasy 15 and the moon thing and blazing on. So it's pretty cool. So you get that. You chuck it on. You power it up. You chuck on your onesie. You put on a delightfully warm and cozy onesie. You get your console and you get your TV. You pop it on the end of your bed. Because I had it wasn't a proper TV. It was just like a glorified monitor. You chuck that on the end of your TV. Oh, sorry, at the end of your bed. And then you get one of those giant soup mugs. Like the giant ones that are meant to really hold pumpkin soup, but you fill it in with a cup of tea, so it's imagine 3 cups of teas in 1 cup. It's delightful. So then you get that, you fill it up with your tea or hot beverage of choice, like a hot chocolate would oh goodness lady, hot chocolate would suffice too as well. Oh no. A new camp mate is a hot chick. Oh dear. Oh dear, so all the guys are gonna be like, I want you and her team. Oh, it is all hot. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, I'm gonna have to interrupt my cozy story. Update on bloody stupid Snowflake. I hate the show. No, I don't hate it. I haven't even really watched it properly. But anyway, Snowflake Bloomin' Mountain. So they've like, oh, bombshell boys, we've got a new campmate for you guys. And then in walks this like super make-upped, hair recently come out of slight curlers, sunglasses, like hot chick. And she's like, hey boys, how you doing? And then like just the lights shining in such a way that she just looks angelic and heavenly. And all the boys are like, Francesca. Oh, so she's your typical like Instagram. Comes from a rich family because her daddy pays for everything. Oh, most of them come from rich families. So she hasn't worked a hard day in her life, essentially. She gets everything she wants, and she's like, you're pretty hot, like your typical hot Instagram chick. Anyway, so she's now coming out, and the boys are like, hey yo, and then poor Devin now is gonna be like, none of the guys are thirsting after me anymore, because they're thirsting after Francesca. God, this is just trash on trash, isn't it? It's not great. It's awful. Why can't they just have a show with young people where you take romance and hotness out of it? It's just like, these people are trying to survive in camp. Like, teach them how to camp, not how to like pick up chicks in the wilderness. Yeah. Anyway, so that is update on Snowflake Mountain. Yes. Anyway, back to the coziness. So, we have our giant cup of tea or hot chocolate. We have our game console of choice and the TV at the end of the bed. You snuggle up in the bed. Oh, and you're in your onesie too. You have to get a comfy onesie. Snuggle up in, and then, so I don't know if they have these out of New Zealand. I don't think they do. But if you can find the equivalent, perfect. You know what they're going to be. What am I having accompanying my giant cup of tea, my onesie, my thing on a cozy mountain? Yes. So, I don't know if they're called what they'd be called outside of New Zealand, but we have these things called hundreds and thousands sprinkles, but then you get them on biscuits, so it's like a hundreds of thousands biscuits, so it's like a thin biscuit with like a pink icing on top and hundreds and thousands sprinkles on top. They are the single most delicious thing you'll ever have in your life, other than ice cream. Close second, like ice cream wins, and these come like very, very close second. But these are ice cream if ice cream was a biscuit. Anyway, so, and they're also people laugh at me when I say that I like them, because it's like people say it's just like a little kid's snack. It's like the kind of thing that you bring out at your little kid's birthday party. Well, I don't care, because they're bloody delicious. Anyway, so you get a whole pack of those, unopened. You bring that in, you have that on your little bedside table. And then so, picture is complete. Pack of hundreds of thousands biscuits. Giant cup of tea. I'm cozy in my onesie. I'm wrapped up in my quilts on my bed. I've got the gaming console there. And I'm just going to sit there. I'm just going to play games. And I might have my laptop with some YouTube playing on the side, if it's a game that I don't really need to like listen to much. So you got your watching YouTube videos on the side, you're playing your game, you sip your cup of tea, you do all of that stuff. You eat your biscuits, but you have to eat the whole packet as well, because your night is not complete if you haven't eaten the whole packet. And you got to do all of that, and then guaranteed your night will be the best night that you've ever had in your life. Like, that is my promise to you, is all that. Right. Okay. And just updated my flights remaining we're down to 10,430. Right, so now we're doing Nagato. Sure. And go Young Hinata. Alright. Yeah, so, as I say, that is the coziness. So that was me, like, most Saturday nights, or any weekend night, really. But then again, because I was at uni, so like on the nights where I didn't have to do any like uni work, I did swimming as well. You could say I probably ate so many biscuits. Of those biscuits, I probably turned into a biscuit at that point. Or at least my waistline showed that that was eating so many biscuits. But anyway, so that was me. So my friends were at clubbing. They come back absolutely trashed. They wake up in their clothes from the night before, you know, wondering why did I do that? That was such an awful. I had such a bad time because I feel so sluggish and blur. And I'm waking up just a smile on my face, hundreds and thousands of sprinkles flowing down into my bed sheets because I had like a biscuit coma, and you know, just all of that goodness, all of that goodness. Yeah, and then the nights that I did have to go, that I got dragged out to go clubbing because my friends would be like, you have to go clubbing at least like once in your life. And I'm like, okay, fine, I'll come, but I'm gonna do what I do best. So go in the club. I'm like, hey girlfriends and guy friends, if we had guy friends coming with us too, have you got purses and bags with you? Like, fret no more. They will not be stolen because I will sit on this chair on this bench right at the back of the club and look after your bags. So I would sit there, and then unbeknownst to them, I bought my Nintendo 2DS actually, 3DS, 2DS. I bought my Nintendo 2DS with Professor Layton locked and loaded, and it's just me. I'm just looking after the bags. If it's a night where I haven't been able to bring my 2DS, I'll just whip out the game on my phone, and I'm just sitting there, looking after bags. So at least I'm doing something of, you know, value, I guess. And I'm just playing games, and I'm having guaranteed the best time in that place. Everyone else there is just like worried about creepy guys trying to dance upon them, or the guys are worried about crazy chicks trying to jump on them or something. I don't know. You know, and then other people sitting in the chairs are there because either their dates left them or because they were being too creepy. The girls are like trying to run away from them, and I'm just sitting there playing my game, looking after my friends' bags, guaranteed having the best time in that place. And then, because as you do, afterwards you go, oh my god guys, let's go to McDonald's for late night something, burgers. You right? Oh, being suppressed pretty much. And they're like, oh my god guys, late night burgers, and I'm like, yes, let's go. So then I'm like running to Macca's because I'm like, yes, food. This is where it's at. So then I would lead the pack when it came to going to late night McDonald's. And then, because it was at the time where like the all-day breakfast had suddenly become a thing, so I'm like, excuse me, young spotty teenage sir at the cashier desk, I will take 10 of your finest hash browns. Ooh. Oh goodness. Oh, that's okay. Update on Snowflake Mountain. So the hot chick bought a freaking hair straightener, hair curler, something, all in one hair device. And of course they're in the bloody wilderness, so there's no electricity anywhere. And then now everyone's just having a meltdown because there's no electricity. They're like, I bought this for nothing. Oh my god, I can't do this. This is like, I didn't sign up for this. It's like, you literally signed up for this. Like, you literally signed up for. Oh, their parents signed them up. That's even better. Oh, that's fantastic. I love the show now. So their parents are like, girl or guy, you seriously gotta get a life. Like, oh my goodness, they signed up for the show. There's no electricity. Oh, that's fantastic. I love this. Oh no, now they're crying because she can't. Yeah. Oh no. So they. Yeah. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, so she bought like multiple like items with her, and then the people told her, right, you're only allowed to like grab the essentials of what you need from them. So she grabbed her hair straightener and stuff, didn't she? Yeah. Okay, well she grabbed some of them, or like a whole bunch of stuff, and then all of the rest of the stuff that she didn't pick, they've just chucked the suitcases in the water, and then she's now just having a complete and utter meltdown. And this is the best thing ever I've seen. I love it when like all these like rich school kids get like absolutely humbled. Oh my goodness gracious, they're living like animals.
Don't even know how to clean up after.
Oh my god. They go in the tent. She goes in the tent where all the others are living, and there's like dirty bugs everywhere. Well, then again, I can't say much. I leave my dirty bugs everywhere. Yeah, dirty clothes, like biscuit crumbs. Well, then again, I leave biscuit crumbs. Dirty clothes, and like all this other stuff. I'm just like, you're in a small tent with heaps of other people. The least you would even, like, it's not even a case of like if you were lazy or not. Like, you would just want to clean up because there's so little space around you. God, these people are. Oh. Like, I want to go to Snowflake Mountain just to be there, just watch these people cry. That'd be fantastic. Easiest 50 grand. It would be. Yeah. Although shoveling the fecal matter in a. Oh, okay. Okay, well I would. Okay, I would not. Well, in that case, then I'll be good. I'll be sweet. Like, hey, here's a compass. Go and like track down this location. I'm like, done. Say no more. You don't even need to finish your explanation, man. I'm already there. It'd be fantastic. We can. Oh, that's what we have to go on. The Amazing Race. I would actually love to be on the Amazing Race. Wouldn't it be fantastic? Because especially, so I remember watching one episode where they're in France, and because all those catacombs underneath Paris, I think it was there, they had to like navigate through, they had to, I think, navigate through and find particular stuff in the catacombs, or they just had to navigate through it to the other end or something. But you know, then obviously you'd need to follow maps and stuff. I'm like, done and done. Like, this is the, like, easy mode challenge. That'd be fantastic. And then when they have to put like the giant jigsaw puzzles together, like, come on, like, this is tailor-made for us. And then when it comes to like the physical activity challenges where you have to like lift. Francesca. Oh goodness. See, he didn't like Devon because she was strong and independent and knows what she likes. He only liked it because she was hashtag good looking. These are what people are like, man. This is what people are really like. This is why I wanted to look like an ex-homeless person in the corner of the office, so I can weed out people like that. I won't go into details, but all I'll say is that the story of me and the boys' blossoming romance began when I was looking like, I wasn't looking like $1 million, I was looking like 10 cents in the corner of the office at the place that we both worked. And I was in my like scruffy hoodie, like it isn't even like a nice, wasn't even a hood, oh yeah, scruffy hoodies, really baggy oversized jeans, looking like not even 10 cents, I was actually looking like 0.1 of a cent, fuzzy hair, and just, yeah, that surrounded obviously by girls of, well, some girls of similar age who were, you know, spend too long in the bathroom in the mornings trying to get themselves out of bed, let's just say. And this fine young man walks in and then sees the 0.1 cent girl with the E3 timetable from 2018 posty noted on her desk on her computer monitor. It's like, yes, I'll take that one, please. Yeah, and that is how our romance blossomed. Ish. And I'm like, this guy's really, really sweet. He's very lovely. And that was my start. So we didn't have to go to a wilderness camp and try and survive by the skin of our teeth. So another update on Snowflake Mountain. So Randy, who did his big like heartfelt Devon, I really think that you're smoking hot, is now like, who's Devon? And then is now thirsting after the new Francesca chick. Weak people, just weak. I'll try punch planks of wood like martial arts people. Exactly. She's hurting herself with those nails. So she's like, I'll do that as long as I don't have to screw up my nails. Just weak people. Just get all of these people and like 3 Gizzy kids. And the Gizzy kids would absolutely annihilate them. Even if it was three people from like my school. So my school was colloquially, like in terms of like the urban knowledge, was the soft was where all the softy kids go. It's where all like the boys who don't have any testosterone and the girls who are girls, I guess. I don't know. It's where they all go. So like all the kids at my school were like, if it ever came down to like a fight to the death, my school would lose like easily, between all the other high schools in our town. But even my softy kids would be able to just like walk all over these kids easy, I reckon. I think. Wow, they. Huh? Yeah. I hope that Ray chick wins. She seems very lovely.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. Yeah, all the English people seem to be like the nicest, like people that are just there to just have a like. Americans are naturally born a-holes. Okay, that is not an official opinion of this channel. Just to let you know. But like it's only the Americans that are thirsting after each other, isn't it? The English, they're like, we're just here because our parents signed us up. Yeah, we're just here like because our parents signed us up for this thing, and you know we're just gonna make the most of it. keep remembering, because I keep forgetting, but I keep remembering that I can't give Kabuto the satisfaction of doing it all. There we go. Right. And now, energy. See, she's like hesitating. She's not trying to push through it. She's just trying to like slap her hand at it. There we go.
運命なんて誰かが決めるもんじゃない。勝ち目はないと初めに気づくべきだったな。
Next we got Iruka and Kimimaru. Now I'm so sure I'm gonna expect Kimimaru to just go all guns blazing as if his life is depending on this. So it seems to be that the AI for him is just aggressive and constantly moving around. Could be very wrong. He hasn't used a substitution for him. He's not using substitution, but he is trying to get mine down. Yeah. Maybe that's the strategy this whole time. Now he's going to go on the super aggressive, isn't he? Yeah. There we go. That wasn't too bad. Better than I thought. Now do Flipperoo. Bam, 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 Next is Mifune and Yagura. Mifune, I can never ever seem to get his ultimate to hit. In fact, so I might not even try and get it done. Like, there we go. I think his is going to be one of the ones that I don't try and do to finish the fight, because I'm going to be there for 10 hours. Just get it done at some point in the fight. A ball? I think so? I can't remember. Well, we'll actually try and finish it with a just normal chest. Jesus, how is this? Bruh, can you stop bouncing? There we go. Right, one more should do it. And dead. Oh, what? Okay. There we go. And Yagura. Yep, and I'm gonna update the fights remaining after this one because I'm down to 16. That's right, I had a dream. I had a dream that I was looking, there was like a move list for all of the Naruto characters. And to do the move that Hashirama does, where he summons those like big gate things, you had to press square and then square again and then mash it 7 times to summon these big gate things. Don't know why I could remember that just now. Need to wait for my ultimates to come up. Sorry, not my ultimate. Need to wait for my substitution. Here we are. Okay. Right now I can go in just a little bit. Okay. Whew. All right. B. Okay, next is Kisame and Yagura again. No wonder my teeth are strong. I still got the tea bag. Oh. Come on. Oh, I can charge it up to get the 3. Let's carry on. Oh, and then the next the PlayStation games for next month. The Thingamabob, the PS Plus free games for July. They've been announced, and it's Crash Bandicoot 4. Yes, because I've been wanting to get that game. So I played I got the Insanity trilogy a couple of years ago, and because it was the first time I'd ever actually played any of those Crash Bandicoot games. I'm like, oh, this is great. Apparently I've been told to avoid like the Mind Over Mutant and the other ones. Just stick to those 4 ones. Oh, and I played Crash Team Racing. But yeah, but this number 4 I've been wanting to get, but I sort of never have. Also, actually no, Peter House Savings too. They've stopped it as well. I'm also trying to wait for it to go on sale, but it's now a free game of July. So soon, it will become. It'll probably be a Friday night stream. To finish that game. Yeah, it'll be a Friday night stream. Probably after, because I'm still doing Ninja Gaiden, so it'll probably be something. It'll be probably after Ninja Gaiden, but between that and Ninja Gaiden 2, I think. Oh, that's right. I've got to change I've got to update my facts remaining. 12. Oh no, is it 12? No, it's 14. There we are. Done. Yeah, just in a break between Ninja Gaiden 1 and 2, I'll play Crash Bandicoot 4, which is going to be interesting, to say the least. But it's like sometimes you just games like that where it's just a simple platform. Obviously there'll be like other things to it, but the old sometimes like the old style of games like your Ratchet and Clanks, your Jack and Daxters, your Crash Bandicoots, actually all played so much, but all of those style ones. It's just sometimes just games like that you just miss. Just something simple, something nice. Like the you got the Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, and that was just that's just a nice game where there's like there's like collectibles on the map. So, and it's not like, oh yeah, here's 75% of the game, or here's 60% of the game. You have to buy the other 40% via DLCs and, other here's how you buy a super map to get, or here's how you buy microtransaction currency or something like that. Just like, no, it's just a complete game. Use like 100% collectible, like, go around to see if you can get all the gold bolts and all like the collectible stuff, unlock everything, unlock Rhino isn't behind some kind of paywall. It's an actual, like, you can actually, I don't know what my camera's just doing. You can actually get it in game by like doing stuff in game. It's just fantastic. It's just reminiscent of a simpler time in the gaming industry.
This map's so big that 2,000.
Oh really? Yeah. So my boy, he's playing Assassin's Creed Origins again. And it's just like seeing how big the map in Origins, and I suppose in Odyssey as well, seeing how vast the map is, it's just kind of just like you definitely see that Valhalla was, they wanted to tone it down. It was just, it's so big, it's so massive. It's almost like and that's the sort of thing that like my dad would say, it's just like, it's too, like, why does it have to be that big? Like, what are you gaining it from it being that big? Unless they're trying to like say, because it was you know, the new direction for Assassin's Creed, so maybe they were trying to say like, if we fill it up with so much stuff, you know, with making it more RPG, then maybe people would think, oh well, this isn't RPG enough because the map's not huge, something, I don't know. Here we go. At the same time, no?
Greek cities as people of a
Oh. Well, because weren't the Greeks and the Romans so far apart? Yeah, the Greeks were before the Romans. Mm. Yeah. Okay. Let's have a Google. They wouldn't. They would, no, because they were definitely like they were definitely trying to be as historically accurate as possible, with obviously some tweaks in the original games. Because that was just my favorite detail. Everyone you assassinated died, like actually for real, died in the same place and time that you assassinate them in. Like, I just think that that's fantastic. Like, that is a level of detail I love. And it's so integrated well in the gameplay. Well, like, it doesn't seem like they're trying to shoehorn in a location for them to die in. I hate taunting. But like, the only real way you can do any damage with her is... The only real way you can do any kind of damage with her is with the ranged attacks. There we go. Greeks and romance in Egypt. Okay, the late period of ancient Egyptian history came to an end in 332 BC when Egypt was conquered by the Greeks. Hold up, just gotta put my next characters. The Greeks formed their own dynasty called the Ptolemaic dynasty that ruled for nearly 300 years until 30 BC. In 30 BC, the Romans took control of Egypt. The Romans ruled for over 600 years until around 640. So I suppose, I'm assuming... came along and took over from the Greeks. So there's a, yes, so there'll still be Greeks there. Yeah. Are in charge, yeah. It was still like, yeah. William Shakespeare was around. Oops, that was writing symphonies. Actually, no, that's a bit later than that, but yeah. It's all like Robin Hood times, 600 years ago. So then if we go, do we know what year this was set in? Basic Origins year. Set. 49 BC. So the Romans should they haven't taken control yet. So it's still the Greeks in charge. Yeah. Yeah.
So having too much
Yeah. Right. Running into that. Wait, how does it do that? Maybe do I know how he does that? There we go. Lovely. Lovely.
私は戦場に咲いてみせる。
Okay, next is Neji. And if I read it, fight 43. Body chakra. Body chakra. Why is she being so aggressive? Why is she being so aggressive? So I swear to God, just some fights, just the AI just goes into overdrive. There we go.
なおも高みを目指す。それがヒューガの宿命。
Dead. That's too big. Ooh.
ヒューガの に敵はなし
I have drinking my tea. I'm just at the last little bit. Have you drunken your tea? Or coffee? Good. Right, next is Sasuke Orochimaru. And Suigetsu. Technically, it's kind of a law fight-ish, but I can't remember where they fight, so I'm just going to pick this one. Oh yeah, that's the other thing too. So the patch 6.2 notes came out for Final Fantasy 14. Oh my goodness, oh my lord, everyone's losing it. So there's so many juicy stuff. So one is the 8-man raid, the Asphodelos. Abyssos is going to be the next one. Pandemonium, that's the raid series. That's coming out too, so we get the next set of 4. And then they've got these new things called variant and criterion dungeons. And so variant dungeon is going to be, so you use no roll restrictions, so you can have like 4 tanks or 4 DPS or whatever, any combination of rolls. And you go through a dungeon. It'll be a new one called like Sildin Subterrane or something. So it's based in Thanalin, something, whatever. Anyway, and so you go through. There'll be someone that you go through with, like a character. And there'll be like different paths you can take based on like your player actions. So there'll be like, you'll get to like a junction and you can kind of choose one way or the other, and different things will happen. So I'm guessing like maybe you fight different bosses, or like different things story wise happen based on the path you take. So then obviously, you know, it encourages replayability, because you know, you try different things, or maybe it's something you don't even like, a choice you don't even consciously make. Maybe it's, you know, if you don't beat a boss within a certain time limit, you end up going down this path rather than this one or something. Yeah, so you can do that, and then there's like a harder version called a Criterion Dungeons, which I think are the same ones-ish, but what? But there are roll restrictions, and I think the savage difficulty of it too is you can't revive, like healers can't cast resurrection, but each player has like a certain number of revival ability, like revival, just like I mentioned, like a potion or something, and what? And then, so once you've used all those up, that's it. And then if you have a party wipe, all of the enemies are revived. So you basically, like, you're starting again. And if you don't beat certain enemies... No, now I'm thinking about Devil May Cry. I'm getting myself the Devil May Cry speed watched yesterday. And... yeah, something... and then... something like that anyway. So that's that. And then, the thing that everyone's been waiting for, the Island Sanctuary is being released as well. So it's gonna be like, so you get like your own island, and it's like a huge map, and then you get like so it's just like it's more for like casual play and stuff. But you can then get like your own, you know, you can explore the island, capture and tame like animals to have on your things. There'll be like chocobos you can find and stuff, and then you can like harvest materials and gather stuff, and then you create these things called handicrafts, and you can sell them or export them from your island to get island currency, and then you use the island currency to like buy extra stuff like emotes or mounts or clothes or outfits or something like that, and then you can like build your own like little base of operations. It's just, but so it's intended for like solo casual play rather than do stuff. But then of course you can invite your mates and invite your free company members to see you visit your island. So it's kind of like Animal Crossing New Horizons? Is that the next one? Yeah, kind of like that. It's like Animal Crossing but Final Fantasy. Oh, it's gonna be fantastic. It's gonna be so good. I'm so excited. It's gonna be amazeballs. And then I think it might even be the. Oh, that's right. And then the other thing too is they're adding in the new set of relic weapons, and these are called Hildebrand or Mandeville weapons. So obviously it's all related to you know. So I wonder what like style they're gonna have. But yes, there's gonna be Mandeville weapons as the new relic ones. So it's just like, oh, I just love this game. I love Final Fantasy 14 so much. It's like the difference between a free and a paid MMO is so like, well, at least this one in particular is just such a stark difference. It's just the quality of this game is unbelievable. I mean, Final Fantasy, me personally, I've always found Final Fantasy to be of quality across the board. A lot of care and a lot of love is always put into the games. So that's why I always love it. But yeah, so it's just gonna be fantastic. It's just gonna be so good. It's gonna be amazing. Yeah, so that'll be fun. And then, because I haven't forgotten my theory craft, so like ages ago, when I decided to do, so when the 24-man raid came out, the Aglaya raid, you know, there's a lot of mysteries in that raid story that are, you know, who are the 12 and all that sort of thing. So what I did is I did like a stream where I just sort of went through like what do we know of them, and just sort of went through some like clues or things you can find in game. Found that in the area that the raid, like, what's it called, Omphalos, you can actually see like small animals flying around. We know that the 12 have familiars, so I'm like, oh, are these 4 little animals? There was a fish, an owl, a rabbit, and a little golem thingy. You know, are they a clue to the four gods that we're going to fight in the next trial, which I think it is, and then we're trying to piece together which ones that they're going to represent. So we reckon that there'll be. Oh no, it makes sense now that I think about it. It makes sense for, so like the final boss of the last one was directly linked to Ulthar. Like, he's like an Ulthar god. So it makes sense for the other 2 raid series for their final ones to be based on like Gridania and Limsa Lominsa. Yeah. This is great. Anyway, so had did a little theory craft on what my predictions are for either the story or the next raid series. So when that comes out, I'm gonna have to stream it. Running through that thing. I'm gonna have to stream it, and I'm gonna have to go through and just tick off if I get my predictions right or not. Because if I get them right, then they'll be. And I was thinking, should I, like, depending on how many I get right, do I reward myself with something to kind of keep me to only making like theories and speculation that like I sort of taking it a bit more seriously, because I mean theory crafting just by its nature is you shouldn't ever take that sort of thing seriously anyway, or people shouldn't ever take fan theories and things seriously until, or like, what am I trying to say? Oh yeah, okay. So example is, there's a couple of YouTube channels I watch that they do a lot of like fan theories and stuff, specifically Final Fantasy. And I've seen like comments or like subreddits where people just like have a go at them almost to like say, oh, you know, why are you thinking that sort of thing, like, oh, that wasn't what they were wanting to do with the game and stuff. It's just kind of like, it's just a fan theory. We're not exclusive, like saying, no, this is definitely going to happen, and the writers are stupid if they don't. Like, it's just, like, it's fan theory, it's a bit of fun. Anyway, But with my theory crafting, I was thinking like I kind of want to get some of these right, so I want to make sure that I put a lot of thought and like I'm fairly confident I'm correct in some of these theories. And then if I get them all right, then I don't know, I'll win a biscuit or something like that. But yeah, so that'll be fun. So when that comes out, it won't be for quite a while, quite a few months I think, because the patch 6.2 is coming out I think end of August. So patch 6.21 or 2.2 or 6.3 won't come out for quite a while yet. Considering, yeah, it's almost like every like 4 months they come out. So it wouldn't be to the end of the year. It's a long time to wait. Yeah, because the Aglaya one came out, or patch 6.1, or whichever one the 24-man raid came out in. That didn't come out until... Or maybe it wasn't even 6.1, it was like a 6.1 something. That didn't come out till August. So maybe they're pushing it, well, who knows, anyway. So it might be some while yet until we can do anything definitive with that. But still gonna definitely stream that, and then we'll see how we go. See how much we get right. So I'm excited. Really, like, I'm really interested in the story that they're doing. Yeah, and the island sanctuary, I wonder what that's going to be like. Hopefully it's not something where, hopefully it's like released like fully in the sense of in patch 6.2 you can only explore like this quarter of the island and then you have to explore more in the later ones. Like I wouldn't be surprised if they did do that, but I would like to be able to explore everywhere in this one, in the first release of it. Oh, wait. I keep getting sometimes, depending on if the opponent is the one standing in front of the camera, I often keep getting confused about which one I'm playing as, just for a brief moment. I'm just gonna get her now. There we go. Alright, we've hit 10,400, so update the thing. Right, I'll just update this. 10,400! Alright. Okay. Just checking. Yes. Just checking my spreadsheet list. Right, next one is Shino and Youngada. Shino's another one that I hate. realizes is that his stuff actually does do decent, like his beetles do decent damage. Oh. Right, this should win it. There we go. Luckily that wasn't too big a fight. Okay, next is a younger. Oh, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. And welcome. Welcome. So the other thing I was thinking of too is actually because when we started at 11,227, so technically when we get down to 10,227, we'll have done 1,000 fights, and then we have like basically 10 times that left to go. So I'm just thinking, like, do I do like a I'm thinking what should like my milestones be? So I was thinking, do I do it every 1,000, or like do I do it when I hit like particular numbers? So when I hit 10,000 or when I hit 5,000 or something, should I do something? I don't even know what I would do special, but you know, thinking should that be something? But I don't even know, like, what do you even do? I think I might just buy like party poppers or something. Just set up like a party popper when I do it. I'll be like, whoa, okay, anyway guys, let's carry on. Let's go. Make myself like a Naruto cupcake. Oh goodness. Come on. I absolutely oh my goodness. I absolutely despise characters that are just rubbish, absolutely shockingly bad ultimate jutsu triggers. It's just trying to get the range of it right as well. And then especially when you're fighting a ranged character like a Shino or a Tenten, getting them to not, because the AI is going to want to just keep backing away as well. So just trying to get close enough to them to be able to get it off, but then, oh my god, giddy aunt. Oh gee, come on, please. Please. Could just oh no, my time's about to run out. I think I win, don't I? Yes, okay. I'll take that. I don't mind. Still technically won. Anyway, let's move on. So we've got Kaguya and Young Ino. I hate Kaguya's another character that I just can't stand playing as. She's just so slow. It's like you think Choji is slow and Jiraiya is slow, and like she's just got a bloody crawl. also have no truck, so all Eno has to do is a substitution like that. So that's a good. All turns to muck. Actually, maybe not. There we go. Yeah, never mind. That's fine. Not too bad. Creepy face. I remember the first time seeing that creepy face. I'm like, what the hell? Where did that come from? Okay, next is doing the reverse. That was the other thing too. Back on the top 5 Festival team, I was thinking of is because I keep thinking about, you know, this game is gonna, I mean, World of Warcraft's been going on for, God, like, infinitely more years, and they're still, like, putting out new stuff even now. But I'm just thinking, in terms of, like, so, every expansion of it has brought in a new class. And I'm just thinking, would they ever almost, like, put a halt on the number of classes, like, say, would a major expansion come out that they just don't put any new classes in for? Because then I'm like, eventually it's going to get to the point where you've got like 50 classes. At the moment it's like 19? 18 or 19 classes, I'm pretty sure. 4 tanks, 4 healers. That's 8. You've got, yeah, it's about 19 classes. Eventually, it's going to get to the point where there's so many that, because in every expansion too, because you're upping the level cap, you have to introduce new abilities for them. So it's just be so much stuff that you have to do. But so then I was thinking, well, the classes they haven't really added in yet are well, they haven't really added any more too. Is like the Disciple of the Land, and Hands, crafting and gathering classes. They haven't really done anything with those. So I'm just wondering, would there be a particular expansion where they would start introducing new ones of those rather than combat classes? But then I was thinking that there's actually a lot of people that don't even touch their crafting and gathering classes. Me, like, I touch them to some extent, but I can't. I think I've got my botanist up to 60, and then my next one is like level 30 for my culinarian, and that's only boosted because I need to do it for the Ixal beast tribe quests. So I'm just thinking, like, they're gonna have to reach a point where they have to they do an expansion where they don't bring in new classes, but they have to bring in some other big new thing as well, because you need enough in an expansion to essentially all the players there, because there's a lot of players that they play when an expansion comes out, they do like just blitz it. They seem to have infinite amount of time on their hands. They just blitz everything in there, do all the content, you know, max out all their classes again with the new caps, do all the beast tribe quests, you know, do all of the raid series, everything, and then they like leave. Then they don't play. They stop playing until the next one comes out. So you need enough for them to really want to come back to, and eventually is it going to reach a point where it's just too saturated with either classes or, you know, there's too many raided dungeons. Actually no, you can't like there'll also be a point where there's so many dungeons and trials and raids that all the, like, a lot of people say they don't even touch, like they don't even do like the early raids anymore because they'd rather do all the new stuff. Like I've been one of those people that doesn't really see things that don't really see things in terms of like old content and new content. Like I know if it's like an old raid or an old dungeon, but I don't like say, oh no, I don't want to do that because it's old stuff. Yeah, but it's just something I was just thinking about the other day. Like, how are they going to, over time, how are they going to tackle oversaturating the game with stuff? But then I'm thinking, well, it's MMOs, you can't really oversaturate. Or they're going to like tidy things up. They're going to almost like condense a whole bunch of stuff. But I'm like, no, because if you condense stuff, then you're stopping people coming into the game new from having the same experience as people who've been there since day one. But then again, I suppose you could say that there's been some stuff now, like they've people who start playing the game now won't realise that the Praetorium was like an hour-long dungeon. They don't realise that it hasn't. They didn't split it up. It wasn't split up between the main dungeon piece, which also has been super streamlined, and the trial with the Ultima weapon and stuff. People coming in now won't realise that those are actually like one big thing that everyone dreaded, but gave you a hell of a lot of experience. Yeah, so I suppose there's like that as well. But they wouldn't. I don't think they'd ever take away any content. I don't think. But then again, there's actually a lot of stuff that they won't. Oh no, wrong one. What was this game? There's a lot of stuff that they won't understand anymore. There's like the all the base game dungeons, well not all of them, most of them. They won't realise that those have all been reworked. So like the 1,000 Walls of Todorek is no longer a labyrinth of stuff with really like winding pathways towards the end. It's just a single straight pathway as far as they're concerned. Which I actually found, I think they streamlined that dungeon far too much, I think. It's now to the point where it's like, okay, I understand that probably a lot of people are getting frustrated with the confusingness of it, but it's actually now to the point where it's sort of, it's too much just a single straight pathway. Alright. Next is Naruto 6 Paths and Kaguya again. Technically this is a little fight, isn't it? So I should have done it in the what's it called? The battle, what's it called? Final Truth Secret War Battlefield or something? Or Field of the Final Truth Secret War, something like that. There we go. Lovely. Lovely joy.
びの歴史だこの野郎
Ooh, oh wait, no. I missed that one. Beans. Alright. Now do the crevice. And now the final zone of the first orb. Completely got that naming wrong. When is the same one? Oh, she's so slow. So slow. It's this one. Oh, beans. Oh, come on. Hey. Come on. I hate this. I'm gonna die. Unless I can cheese this. Oh my god, I'm gonna cheese it. I'm gonna cheese it. I don't even care. I don't even care that I didn't use that ultimate. So what I'm trying to do is I'm like need to do at least one ultimate in the fight. Ideally, finish them off with it. But in some cases like that, like the amount of times that I've died, that I've lost a fight because I've been trying to get an ultimate in. So I think now I just have to be like, no. Okay, and at the end of the day, it doesn't actually mean anything if I lose a fight. I mean, the whole point of this fight series is really just to have done a match with every character against every character. But on the spreadsheet I'm tracking this all in. If I lose a fight, I just put a red mark there. So I'd like to have as little red marks as possible. And then I suppose you could say out of 11,000 fights on free battle, I lost X percent of them. So I am X percent good at this game, or X percent bad at this game. Bang, there we go. Got the timing right on that one. What do you want for breakfast?
俺は他に
Who was I just playing against? That one. How does he even do that move? Right. There we go. Lovely.
なんかこうぶった切る感覚がたまんないんだよね。
Okay. I'm gonna do 4 more fights. So the next one is Kabuto Sage Mode versus Conan. And then after that it's gonna be Itachi Reanimation versus Sabuzar. Those will be the last 4 fights. Which then will take us down to 10,386. No, 84? 84. Now for any newcomers who Kabuto is not allowed in Ultimate Jutsu. There have been fights where I've accidentally done one just out of more out of habit of trying to do an Ultimate Jutsu last than anything else. But generally, I try and not do an Ultimate Jutsu with him just because I don't like him. I don't like him enough to want to do it. Even though some could say that some might argue, oh well killing the people without doing one, isn't that just showing that he's so badass that he doesn't even need an ultimate to kill someone because he's so badass? I'm like, no. I see your point, but no. It's not how it works in my head. Right, Conan. Have I ever used a what? A short bow? I don't think so. Yeah? Is it the one that just like fires quite rapidly? Yeah, no, I haven't. Yeah. Does it like auto snap onto other ones? Oh, it does? Yeah, okay. I've always used it as a predator bow. Yeah. No, whichever one is the one that lets you like control the arrow mid-flight. Predator, yeah. I've always used that one because I would stand at one end of the fort and just take everyone out with the predator bow. Like it was just so insanely OP. That would be a fun poll to do. Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Origins, and Valhalla. Do you use a predator bow which lets you do the like control the arrow mid-flight? Do you do a hunter bow, which is it just stronger damage, isn't it? I think. To draw. Yeah. one of those, or do you use the short bow, or like the fast firing one? Oh no, because that's right. Because there was a back when the Game Theorist channel was still good, they did a thing about when Pokemon Go came out, the clan that you joined, or team that you joined, like they said that like certain players would naturally gravitate towards certain teams because of like the color theory behind it. So they said like, because blue, generally, like studies have been done, they've shown that people on a blue team will generally like plan for the long game. They'll be far more strategic with how they play, whereas people on red teams generally play more aggressively, and yellow teams are just like there to have fun sort of thing. And so they found that like with how gyms and things were being captured by like Valor and Mystic and I can't remember the other one, Synergy or something, they like it actually matched what the color theory was of those teams. So I was like thinking, would there be something similar, like would depending on whether you use a predator, hunter or short bow, maybe it tells you what kind of person you are. Predator bow means that you're cool, because I use predator bows. And a short bow says that you're also cool because you use short bows. But then also using a hunter bow means you're cool because in Valhalla I just exclusively use hunter bows. Because for some reason, and I don't know if I just haven't got the controls right, but doing like the arrow in slow-mo, for some reason every time I try and launch it, my arrow just like falls. I must be letting go of something. But I've tried every possible like combination of holding down the buttons, and I just can't seem to get it to work. So that's why I use hunter bows, but it's still cool. He's not using substitution at all, because I reckon he's gonna wait for me to use my one. There we go, put him one. Alright. Cool. Bam. So we started at 53 and now we're down to 84, so that's 69 fights, I think. I believe. Anyway, I think we'll give it a pause there. So let me just update my fights remaining. Because now we're down to 384. Alright. Yeah, so we'll leave it there. Day 13 has come to a close. Day 14 shall be more of the same, I guess. So yeah, so I reckon we're about like 8%, 9% of the way through, I think. Possibly. No, I think we're about more like 8% or 7.5% of the way through. But yeah, but I'll leave it there. Thank you very much for joining me. Have a lovely morning, afternoon or evening, or wherever you may be. And I will catch you on the next one. So next Thursday will be Naruto Day. And next Friday will be... Oh no, we've got the work thing on Friday. So Friday will be another skip again. And then Saturday will be co-op Borderlands 3 again with the bun. What will we? With a crucifyingly cruel couple. This week, okay. Yeah, and then Sunday will be more Naruto as usual. But yeah, so I will leave it there and have a great one. See you in the next one.